It is said that the foundation of any state is the education of its youth. And as Guyana lays the groundwork for the emerging oil and gas sector, this truth has not been forgotten. Young people across Guyana will not settle for being mere beneficiaries of oil and gas, but insist on being active contributors within the sector. This week on Government in Action, we hear from young Guyanese assuming their rightful seat at the decision-making table.
I think it's extremely important for youth to get involved in this process because the most important resource for any country is its people. And if you want your country to progress, then education is definitely something you need to invest in.
Now we're getting the chance to be educated more about oil and gas and so on, right? And yes, they're professionals and elders and so on, but the young people are now coming up. They have to get something in life, and after all, this is our country. So the youth should be trained and developed so that they can be a part of it, and it can help them develop themselves also and teach others about it.
Well, I think now would be the ideal time because we're now starting and we can incorporate fresh ideas with old ideas to combine and get something different or a different perspective on the sector, I guess. We're the next generation. You need to invest in us because I think we bring a different perspective, fresher, newer ideas to different topics that have been there for a long time. So I think they need to invest in us.
Give us a chance. There are a lot of brilliant innovative young people out there that have a lot of good ideas, and if they can just give us a chance to speak, give us a listening ear, we can bring so much to the table, and they themselves might be surprised at what we have to offer.
Highlighting the plethora of skills and talents young people have, these University of Guyana students said that they can only be assets within the oil and gas sector.
We are very knowledgeable, we are very innovative Guyanese people, and we can be applicable to the oil and gas sector. Looking at it as a university student, we're studying at the university in all different faculties, different programs, geology, pharmacy, biology. We all have a part to play, and our knowledge that we have gathered at the university, we can use it and apply it in oil and gas in developing Guyana more. We can help to develop what we have here. Like, for example, my area of interest is medicine. Now, I think that people that are interested in that area can educate ourselves and help to better what we have here. You know, so that people coming in, if something goes wrong while they're on the job or so forth, they don't have to go out to do that. They can do that right here, and the money can stay within our economy.
So what we want is not just somebody who will come and manage the oil and gas sector, but somebody who will know what to do with oil, not just, okay, we're selling oil. What else can we do from here? Can we refine it? Can we get other industries that can be sparked from the sale of oil and gas? I think we need to look at stuff like that because our youths need to be prepared. We have the first generation of oil.
It is their hope, the students said, that Guyana sees the development of a diverse, stable economy.
With the benefits, I don't want it to go into like one specific place. Like they should be diverse with how they use these benefits. They could also focus on, bringing clean energy, because while oil is good, we don't want to end up polluting our country and poisoning, both people and animals.
I hope that we have a profit and Guyana benefit in instance whereby we stop importing other goods and so on. We could use the oil money to develop our own things, and we can export to other countries, which yes, we'll be having the money from the oil, but at the same time we'll be having money from elsewhere. We could use the money to develop other businesses, because I know it's a lot of money to import stuff into Guyana, so we should have our own products.
Very modernized infrastructure for sure, better healthcare facilities and a better healthcare system in general. I think we can do better with the economy in terms of education. Like in those modern countries, the education is free, tertiary education is free. So I think that should be something to consider in the future.
Guyana is going to be like Dubai. We're going to have a large gross national product and gross domestic product because the youths are giving opportunities to work. So we will be able to develop Guyana more from that.
I think they should play a vital role in Guyana's future because this is our country, and if we don't make our country better, there's nobody that's going to make it better for us. And we as youths should work hard and, try to make our country a better place for us instead of just leaving our country and going to help to develop other countries. We should stay here and make our country better.
Well, I think Guyana has a lot of untapped potential, not just in terms of our natural resource, but our human resource as well. I think we have a lot of talented youths, athletes. We have a budding scientific community in Guyana, and I think where a lot of youths could be able to benefit is seeing that from oil there will be diversification, for example, in the industries in Guyana as a whole, because now we'll be able to go past primary production.
10 years from now, I'd like to see Guyana at the forefront of the Caribbean in healthcare, in tourism, in education. We can do it. We can definitely do it.
The Department of Youth within the Ministry of Social Cohesion has made good on its mandate to ensure that young people are empowered through opportunities that encourage their active participation in the nation's development. Most recently, the department has embarked on a nationwide youth and oil symposium tour, ensuring that young people across Guyana are well informed of advancements within the sector.
All of these developing issues are things that young people need to be empowered on. They need knowledge so that they are able to either represent or to speak out where necessary or to be a part of these sectors. So we thought it necessary to include them. We want them to share with us and we share with them. But more so, we want them to participate in these developing sectors. We don't want young people to be left behind. We want them to receive information and we want them to also make recommendations to the policy person.
Boasting a Georgetown attendance of over 600, the youth director said that the symposium gives young people the tools they need to succeed within the emerging sector.
Young people have showed up in their numbers, and that speaks to their interest in Guyana's development. That speaks to their want to be a part of the discussions and to be included in national development and national decisions. If you want to be taken seriously, and if you want to be a young person sitting at the decision-making table and making meaningful contributions, it is necessary that you are armed with the facts, that you are armed with the information with regards to this country and where it is going. Nothing else should be more important to the youth, since they are today, they are the future, they are now. Nothing should be more important than them accessing information that will seek to develop both their families, themselves, as well as their community.
Director of Energy, Dr. Mark Bino, discouraged the sector-specific mindset. He said that young people should not deviate from their dreams, but prepare themselves to be beneficiaries of the resources afforded by oil and gas.
We also want you to understand that even without oil and gas, you still have the opportunity to benefit from the resources coming from oil and gas. Okay? So you don't have to be directly employed with Exxon. You don't have to be directly employed with the Department of Energy to benefit from the resources that are coming from oil and gas. So we don't want you to start saying, oh, you know what, I wanted to do accounts, but because of this oil and gas thing, I'm going to change. Or, oh, I wanted to do environmental engineering, but because of this oil and gas thing, I'm going to change. What we want you to do is whatever you are pursuing, remember you're aiming to be the best at it. The resources that will come from oil and gas will still facilitate whatever dreams and aspiration you may have.
The energy director, who was addressing the young people of Linden, said that their dream careers are within reach right here on Guyana's soil.
When you benefit, the country should also benefit. Okay? When you excel, the country should also excel. When you are successful, the country should also be able to succeed. So I want you to understand this afternoon, your future doesn't rest outside of Guyana. I am a product of Guyana. And your future resides right here if you're willing to make the investment, make the plan, and make the right decisions.
The tapped potential of Guyana's youth is the fuel that drives progress within our nation. The government invites young people to be active contributors in Guyana's development by providing the forums necessary for youth to engage policymakers, thus securing a bright future for all Guyanese. Until next time, this has been Government in Action. I am Grace Williams. Have a good week.